done luxury deals, right? I'm going to pop up on the screen, $115,000 deal, another $100,000 deal, and another $100,000 deal, right? And the thing is what is up, everybody? In this video, I am going to be going over what I think to be the best list is for luxury wholesaling, right? And what luxury wholesaling means is if I get a property at $2.5 million under an assignable contract and I find a buyer for $3 million, I would make $500,000 as a middleman, right? So I'm making this video because I've been getting a ton of questions about this. I will be very transparent. I do not like the idea of luxury wholesaling, especially beginners doing luxury wholesaling. And I'll tell you guys why. And it's because we have purchased a $2.9 million lot. We have purchased $1 million lot to build on, right? And I've done luxury deals, right? I'm going to pop up on the screen, $115,000 deal, another $100,000 deal, and another $100,000 deal, right? And the thing is any single lot that I've done, any teardown I've done, any luxury property I've done over $1 million is we've had to put up $100,000 earnest money. We've had to put up $250,000 earnest money, right? And you actually, even though you're not buying the property, you still have to deposit that money, right? And what are the odds a $3 million property owner isn't going to ask for some money up front, right? So that's why I say mix in luxury wholesaling, and we teach it in our program, but I say do not touch it until you've done 50 deals. It's a different conversation with the sellers. They're going to ask for earnest money. They're going to have attorneys. But so beginners, I do not like the idea of you guys starting out with luxury wholesaling, but you guys aren't going to listen to me anyways. So I am going to show you how to do it. All right, guys. So first we're going to need to find a market. So I go to Zillow, and what I'm going to look at is for sale. I'm going to go to price, and I'm going to go minimum price is I'm going to go $5 million, right? So I'm going to go $5 million minimum, right? The next I'm going to go to is houses. Right? So I'm looking at houses listed for over 5 million. The next I'm going to do is I'm going to go year built 2025 or newer, right? So all this is going to show me is the newly built houses in Florida that are listed for over $5 million because they're going to be buying more luxury lots. So there's a ton over on the East Coast. I'm going to go down to the West Coast for this list here, right? So I'm looking down here in Naples, right? And it looks like, look at this. There's a $60 million house, a $40 million house, right? So what you can do with these is these are going to be your potential buyers when you find a land deal, right? So I'm looking down here, right? And I see this $20 million house right here, right? So if you click on it, you can scroll down and see who the agent is, who the builder is. So that's going to be your buyer. But I'm going to look and see, look, they paid $6 million for this lot. Now they built a house and it's listed for 20. So they paid 575, right? So odds are if I get anything else on this street, I can sell it for 575, right? So this house right here was, look, a very old house. They probably bought it a very long time ago. Let's see if there's price history. Listed for rent for $7,000 a month. Listed. They paid 1.3 million for it. No, they paid 2.4. So they paid 2.4 million in 2013. If I get this lot at $5 million, hypothetically, I could sell it to the same builder for 575, right? Like that's kind of your mindset when you look at this, right? So I'm thinking, okay, cool. I can offer anyone on these streets about 5, right? I can check what did this guy pay for his property, right? So I scroll down. He paid 5.4 in 2023. Now it's listed for 18, right? Because just the mindset behind it, he bought it for 5. Let's say they built it for 6,000 square feet. They probably built it at max 900, 1,000 a foot. They built this for 6.5 mil. They paid 5. They have carry costs, closing costs back in. They can still make a couple mil, right? That's kind of how this works. A third, right? But they probably built it for cheaper, honestly. Again, you can look on this street, right? This newly built house. What did they pay? You look down, you can go to the pricing history, and you can see they paid 3.6, but that was 2021, right? What did this $17 million one, right? And you can see who my buyers are going to be when I find the property and what they're actually paying. This one paid $5 million in 2024, right? So if I get any of these old houses, if I get this lot for $4 million, I know I'm selling it for more. If I get this lot for $4 million, I know I'm selling it for more. If I get this one for $4 million, I'm selling it for more. And these are just old tear down houses that you're going to get because you're not looking at the house value, right? This house doesn't look like it's worth $5 million, but this lot that you can build a $20 million house is, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this waterfront, right? I'm going to ignore these dry lots. I just want to do this waterfront. The waterfront, it looks like even up here, let's see what these are selling for up here. These luxury as well. This is going to be waterfront, and this one is going to be, so they paid $1 million for the lot in 2022. So 2022, long time ago, probably worth a little bit more now, but you kind of get the idea. And just to give you guys some clarity, it's worth more on this side because the beach is right here. You have to go over the bridge to get to the beach, right? So it sounds silly, but that's kind of how this works, right? Again, $60 million house. Let's see what they paid for this lot. This is a nice house. They paid 17.5 for this lot. Could that be right? I'm sure it could, right? Double lot, huge lot, whatever. And also, guys, with these properties, like you see how this house is listed for 50, this one's for 40, 41. These ones are not cheap by any means, but cheaper because they're on a canal. These have good water views, right? And it sounds silly, but like when they're spending a lot of money, they want to have a big open water view like this, right? Like crazy backyard. They can put a big boat back there. They have very easy access, right? So they can get right out to the Gulf of Mexico right there. Bridges again. So that's why I wouldn't do these areas, because you have to go under a bridge. You can't put a big boat, right? So when I'm doing luxury and waterfront, I'm looking at bridges, I'm looking at the views. So I'm not going to actually make offers in bulk on these. But now I want to pull a lead list of everything over here. So now I'm going to go and get my lead list. I'm going to go to Land Atlas, filters, right? We're in Naples. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search Naples. It's going to pull up Naples for me right here. And then we were down here, I believe, right? So there's the bridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my drawing tool, right? I'm going to go to add a new area, and I'm just going to draw all this waterfront that I liked right here. And you'll see what I'm doing here in a second. So I want all these lots on the water here, because these are going to be all my luxury properties. And then I'm going to hit finish. So now it has my list right there. Next is I'm not going to start with vacant lots, right? I'm going to show you what I'm going to do first. Is I'm going to go property size acreage. I'm actually not going to touch this. Year built, not going to, year built, right? So I'm going to go 1930 to 1999, right? Because I want houses that I can tear down. Next thing I'm going to do is 2000 is I want to make sure that the house is less than 3,000 square feet. No one's going to sell a 7,000 square foot house at a discount. Those are the only two I'm going to touch, right? So they've owned it or it was built a long time ago and the house is small, right? The next owner is I'm going to make sure that they have, I'm not going to touch, I don't want it in a corporation. I want just one person on the property. Next is I want to make sure they bought it before, like at least 4 years ago, right? So probably even longer, but I'm going to go at least 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago on that. I'm not going to touch this, not going to, environmental, very important, guys. And this is why I use Land Atlas, because it lets you do this. I only want properties on the ocean or the bay. I don't want dry lots because they're not worth as much. I only want oceanfront properties, again, that have been owned for more than 4 years, that are old and small houses, right? And perfect. Go ahead and I'm going to put single family for the land use there, just so I don't get any townhouses or any condos or anything that pops up in that, right? So I want the single family houses that are smaller than 3,000 square feet, right? So there we go. Now we're going to apply our filters, and we have 152 properties, right? So all these are going to be, if I pull this up here, this should be one of those lots that I like and that we could go ahead and flip here, right? So I'm going to go Naples right there. So it looks like they paid $450,000 in 1994. It was built, what is that, almost 60 years ago, right? And it's 2,900 square feet. And if I zoom in here, look at this. This is one of those lots I can sell for almost $5 million, right? So cool, save it to my list, and I'm going to name this the Naples Waterfront Luxury, right? And there's not going to be a ton, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my filters, is I'm going to remove this land use and just do vacant lots. So then one thing I want to make sure of is I clear out these filters, because there's going to be no structures on it. Now it's just going to show me the vacant land that's been over there. There's only two, right? Like I doesn't look like there's a lot of lots over here, right? Like all these are mostly built out. But yeah, so there's going to be two. I'm going to save that to my list. I'm going to go to Naples, save. So now I have 100 and something properties, 152. I'm going to export these, remove the duplicates. Now I have my lead list, right? Now I'm going to go here, wait for this to load, and I'm going to skip trace it or get the phone numbers. Cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and click skip trace, right? Now I'm going to have a list here that I can download as a CSV, as an Excel file. And what I can do with this list, right? There's 146 properties, either in Excel or a CSV. I can call them, I can text them, I can comp them one by one and send mail, right? And you're going to want to make these offers to these properties that you know you can sell because they're luxury properties, right? And this was just a very small list. Again, there's 146 on here, but you can do this over and over again, right? And like I could go back here, I could zoom out, right? Like we just did this little area. I could even go and do the canal lots over here, right? Or like $14 million house right here, right? Like, let's see what this person paid for the lot. They paid 4.5 for this property right here, right? In 2025. So what that tells me is they would pay 4.5 for this one, or maybe even more, because this one, these have better views, right? So like these are very, very valuable properties. If you can find like an older home that needs to be torn down, stuff like that, like it looks like there's a lot right there, right? So like this is kind of how luxury works, but again, guys, it's not as easy as it always seems, right? But I did just want to make this video, bring some clarity, and show you guys how to at least do it. And the way I like to do it is the waterfront, right? Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. And as always, guys, in the description, if you guys would like to join our private community, there will be a link in the description where you can apply, work with our team. Again, I do not like the luxury stuff. I like to mix it in once you've done 50, 100 deals and you've built a real business, right? Go build a business where you're flipping $80,000, $100,000 lots and you're making $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 deals, but you're doing it 10 times a month, right? You can still do 7 figures without chasing these $3 million properties where you don't have the experience, where you don't have the earnest money, all that stuff. And then when you do have a real business, when you're doing 10, 15 deals a month, you can mix this in 1 or 2 days a week and really scale your company that way, right? So a big thing that a lot of our clients and students are doing now is those of them that have huge, big businesses that'll do 100 deals this year, that'll do multiple 6 figures, is 1 or 2 days a week. They mix in the luxury stuffs and they add 1 deal every 6 months. They add a deal a quarter, right? And doing that is kind of how you kind of grow this company, right? So the luxury deals are an asset to do, but guys, those of you that are beginners, don't just think you're just going to get into this and hit a home run your first month. Don't think you're going to go hit a $300,000, $400,000 spread. Like, it is not as easy as it seems. Again, I just know you guys have been asking about it. I know you're going to do it anyways. So I at least wanted to show you how I do things and how I recommend, if you're going to do it, to do it.